Good morning and welcome to Lovin Daily. We're late, just like Malta's Prime Minister. I'm Julian, this is Chris. I guess there's nowhere else to start but the coronavirus.
Were you up watching the press conference last night?
Yes, actually, Robert Abela called a midnight press conference. Rather ominously, some of us had to wait and watch Sorelle.
Yes, on TVM, that's what I was watching. Pepe's wife with a blonde wig, it was something.
I'll catch up when I get corona. But for those who didn't follow the news, Malta has blocked all non-essential travel to and from Italy. That means don't worry, you'll still be able to get your medicine, your food or any other essential materials. You just won't be able to go on holiday to wherever. This came, after the fourth case of coronavirus in Malta. For those who didn't follow the news this morning, he reportedly did not self-quarantine.
Not immediately. So he was in self-quarantine eventually, but obviously there could have been some exposure before. A lot of discussions. There was another press briefing this morning. We covered it on lovinmalta.com as well. St. Patrick's Day likely to be cancelled on the 17th, so that's something else that, one of these big events. Yeah, it is Malta's weirdest holiday. Dublin cancelled it yesterday, so it's likely to get cancelled in Malta as well. Let's not forget, even though there's no cause to panic, Malta does have a history with pulmonary diseases. Italy, there are deaths of about 100 deaths a day at the moment, so it's really important that we do adapt to the things that we need to, working from home if you're a little bit sick, for example, or if you've just come from one of the countries that's high risk.
Yeah, it's actually super important. The first family who were the first confirmed case of coronavirus in Malta actually even got food delivered to their door. So that's how important it is to not spread the illness. You might not die, but some people who have poor immune systems might actually do so. So please be careful out there.
Moving on to the second story of the day, kind of corona related in a way, because we saw a lot of corona-like masks in the music video, and it's also another big event that we hope isn't cancelled in Rotterdam. So Destiny, Malta's Eurovision hopeful, released her song and music video yesterday called All of My Love. Let's just cut to it and see what you make it. Before we do that, actually, Ju, have you watched it?
Yes, I did.
Do you like it?
Yes, I do, but let's not get overhyped as we do every year. But to be honest, I'm a sucker for a bit of rain in a music video.
For a bit of rain in a music video. I think the music video was pretty cool. Stephen Levi Vella, we're a big fan of his. And regarding the overhyped, it must be said that Malta is currently 8th in the Eurovision odds, but that was before her song was even released. So now we'll see the reaction of the public afterwards. Let's just cut to the song in case you haven't watched it. So as we've seen, those masked looks, those apocalyptic buildings, I think it's a really relevant tune for 2020. Destiny is going to be on the program Lovin Daily tomorrow morning. So if you have any questions for her that you'd like us to ask, leave the questions as comments under this video.
I don't want to just get political very quickly, but I actually hope she does well. And let's not forget that, in my opinion, the last time we're truly unified as a nation was when Ira Losco went up with Seventh Wonder.
Preach.
Speaking about being politically unified, a construction worker fell 3 stories yesterday in San Juan. This is less than a week after Miriam Parch was crushed to death by rubble. This is the complete other side of it. The industry is the construction industry is the most dangerous sector in Malta, and we see accidents and debts far too regularly, and we need to go about reform now, not a week on because coronavirus sort of came to the country. We've all forgotten about Miriam Patch and whatever, reform is still needed, and we need to start working on it today.
One of the reforms that has been discussed and that really needs to be introduced is this register of contractors, right? So that contractors can be licensed and registered so that people know who they're working with, and there is some sort of even consequence for them if they don't follow the rules. Up until last week, I think everyone was saying, the MDA, the Kamra tal-Periti, Robert Musumeci as well, everyone was saying, we need to have this contractors register. But yesterday you wrote a story saying that Sandro Ketkuti, the MDA president, wasn't actually in favor of this, right?
Yes, so Chris, there's actually this thing called the Building Industry Consultative Council. It's basically a group of stakeholders that has everyone in the industry, from the construction to normal builders to architects and so on. You get the drift. And basically, according to board minutes in May 2019, Sandro Ketkuti, the MDA head, actively fought against introducing a registration and licensing system for contractors. Actually, he wanted it to be placed under the Property Malta Foundation, which is sort of this public-private...
So he wasn't fighting it, he was saying it needs to be under this body.
Under this body, which is basically a public-private partnership that's meant to promote foreign real estate investment in Malta. But guess who heads the Property Malta Foundation?
I want to say Robert Musumeci.
No, Sandro Ketkuti is the chairperson, just to show you sort of where some intentions lie.
Okay. Let's see how this develops. The fourth story of the day, yesterday Equality Minister Edward Zamit-Lewis tabled a new bill, a new cohabitation law. This was approved by Cabinet and now it's being proposed. The cohabitation law had been introduced a while back but was highly problematic, right? Notaries and lawyers hated the way the law was drafted. Primarily because of this thing that if you live with someone for 2 years, you're de facto a cohabiting couple, which means you acquire certain rights and responsibilities to your partner just by virtue of having lived in the same place for 2 years.
So let me just get it straight. So if we live together for 2 years, you would have, or I would have, certain rights.
Like imagine you lived in my house as bros for 2 years, and like you, things stopped working out, and you left. You might have rights over my house because you've lived in it for 2 years, right? So it's quite a problematic law. That's now been changed, or the proposal is to change that, and so to be a cohabiting couple, which has a status that's different to marriage. You need to go to a notary and sign a contract that's made public. One of the reasons they have to do this is because imagine like we're saying we live together and you acquire certain responsibilities and rights. I might already have those responsibilities and rights with, I don't know, an ex-wife, an ex-partner, someone else who I have that with. So a new law, we'll wait and see the reaction of people. If you've had a particular experience with cohabitation or this law, leave us a comment and we'll hear what you have to say about it.
Okay, just to move on to our last story of today, Andres Kembri, a Maltese international footballer, has announced he's retiring from football. This will come after he plays the Indian Super League Cup final. He's currently playing with Chennai FC, but he's had quite an incredible career, especially for Maltese football. He's gone to Germany, Portugal, Greece, Cyprus. He's
also very outspoken, right? I think one of the interesting things about Andrea, besides the fact that he wrote a book as well, I think he's always been very vocal about the need for reform in Maltese football, the need to stand about corruption in Maltese football. And I think it'll be interesting to see whether he builds his career in Malta again, like not on the football pitch itself, but in terms of administration maybe or management.
Yeah, I think the MFA should actually really be looking for someone for Andres Kembri. He's got so much experience, but who knows, if it doesn't work out for him, he could always open up a restaurant.
A restaurant, like Justin Hub.
His good friend Justin Hub.
Hopefully to be a bit more successful than his. Have you been to Harbour 16
No,
yet?
I don't,
Since
but
the
I wouldn't mind
Netflix
trying it
revamp?
out. So if you have a table and it's free, I'll come.
So another little plug for Harbour 16. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. As I said before, tomorrow we'll have Destiny on the program talking about her Eurovision song and preparations. That's it from Julian
Yes.
and myself. Have a day full of loving and see you tomorrow.